Hello everyone, welcome to Living Maestro. I am your host Vedant Chavla and today we are going to learn a new lesson of science, microorganisms, friend and foe, grade 8. This is a very interesting lesson, so do watch this video till the end. Let's start. Microorganisms. Living organisms around us which we normally cannot see are called microorganisms. Microorganisms are classified into four major groups. These groups are known as bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and some algae. So basically, microorganisms are some living organisms which cannot be seen with unaided eyes and can only be seen with microscope. And some examples are bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Viruses. Viruses are also microscopic but are different from other microorganisms. They reproduce only inside the cell of the host organism, which may be a bacterium, plant, or animal. Common ailments like cold, flu, and most coughs are caused by viruses. Serious diseases like polio and chickenpox are also caused by viruses. Diseases like dysentery and malaria are caused by protozoa, whereas typhoid and tuberculosis are bacterial diseases. Now here is different types of microorganisms and their examples. The first one is bacteria. The examples are Coccus, Bacillus, and Spirillum. Then comes fungi. The examples are bread mold, Penicillium, and Aspergillus. Then comes protozoa, and the examples are Amoeba, Paramecium, and Plasmodium. Then comes algae, and the examples are Calamidomonas and Spirogyra. Where do microorganisms live? So microorganisms may be single-celled bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as algae and fungi. They live in all types of environment that range from cold climate to hot springs and desert to marshy lands. They are also found inside the bodies of animals including humans. Microorganisms play an important role in our lives. Some of them are even beneficial in many ways, whereas some are very harmful and cause many diseases. Friendly microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for various purposes, such as preparation of curd, bread, cake, production of alcohol, cleaning up of the environment, and preparation of medicines, etc. In agriculture, microorganisms are used to increase the soil fertility by nitrogen fixation. The bacterium Lactobacillus helps in the formation of curd. The microorganisms like yeast is used for the commercial production of alcohol and wine. The process of conversion of sugar into alcohol by yeast is called as fermentation. Medicinal use of microorganisms. Many microorganisms are used in the production of antibiotics. These medicines kill or stop the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. Streptomycin, tetracycline, and erythromycin are some of the commonly known antibiotics which are made up of fungi and bacteria. Antibiotics are even mixed with the feed of livestock and poultry to check microbial infection in animals. They are also used to control many plant diseases. It is important to remember that antibiotics should be taken only when a qualified doctor advises you. Also, you must complete the course that your doctor has prescribed. How does a vaccine work? When a disease causing microbe enters our body, the body produces antibodies to fight the invader. The body also remembers how to fight the microbe if it enters again. If a dead or weakened microbes are introduced into a healthy body, the body fights and kills the invading bacteria by producing suitable antibodies. The antibodies remain in the body and we are protected from the disease causing microbes forever. This is how a vaccine works. Several diseases, including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, and hepatitis, can be prevented by vaccination. Harmful microorganisms. Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some of the microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, plants, and animals. Such disease-causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Pathogens enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink, or the food we eat. They can also be transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or carried by an animal. There are some insects and animals which act as carriers of disease-causing microbes. Housefly and female Anopheles mosquito are some examples of carriers. Here is a table where you can see some diseases and their mode of transmissions. First disease, tuberculosis. The microorganism that causes is bacteria and the mode of transmission is air. Then comes measles. The causative microorganism is virus and the mode of transmission is air. Next disease is chickenpox. The causative microorganism is virus and the mode of transmission is air or contact. Then comes polio. The causative microorganism is virus and the mode of transmission is air and water. Then comes cholera. The causative microorganism is bacteria and the mode of transmission is water or food. Then comes typhoid. The causative microorganism is bacteria and the mode of transmission is water. Then comes hepatitis A. The causative microorganism is virus and the mode of transmission is water. Next disease is malaria. The causative microorganism is protozoa and the mode of transmission is mosquito. Here are some plant diseases and the mode of transmissions. First disease is citrus cancro. The microorganism that causes this disease is bacteria and the mode of transmission is air. Then comes rust of wheat. The microorganism that causes this disease is called fungi and the mode of transmission is air or seed. Then the next plant disease is yellow vein mosaic of Hindi, that is okra. The microorganism is virus and the mode of transmission is insect. Now let's learn what is food poisoning. Food poisoning could be due to the consumption of food spoiled by microorganisms that grow on our food sometimes produce toxic substances. These make the food poisonous, causing serious illness and even death. So, from here we learn that whenever we prepare food, we should always keep it covered so that no microorganism can act on it. If it acts on the food becomes poisonous or it becomes contaminated, and if we consume that food, it can cause severe illness. Here are some methods of food preservation. First method is chemical method, next is preservation by vinegar, then is preservation by oil. The fourth method is preservation by sugar, then comes sun drying, salting, pasteurization, boiling and freezing. So these are some food preservation tips that you can apply, and this stops the and or inhibits the growth of microorganisms, and your food doesn't become contaminated. Now let's learn nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle is all about the movement of nitrogen between various elements on earth like air, soil, living organisms, etc. The amount of nitrogen in the atmosphere remains constant. Atmosphere has an approx of 78% nitrogen. Atmospheric nitrogen is fixed into the soil. Plants utilize nitrogen from the soil through their roots. Animals utilize nitrogen feeding on plants. When plants and animals die, nitrogen is waste returned to the soil, and decomposers convert the part of nitrogen compounds to be used by plants. Denitrifying bacteria convert into atmospheric nitrogen. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you found it informative. If you like the video, do give it a big thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, do subscribe and share this video with your family and friends. I will meet you in the next video. Till then, stay subscribed. Thank you.